Welcome back to Score Society TV. We have a special guest, another Philly guard, another Philly legend. This man has played at Roman Catholic, 2009 McDonald's All-American, second team Big East honors, 3 years in the NBA, several years overseas. Now the head coach of Camden High School, Uptown legend Maalik Waynes. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. Good, bro. Thanks for having me,
Yes,
man.
sir. Thanks for
Thanks for
coming
having
on,
me.
man. Thanks for coming on. I've
For sure, man.
seen you in passing. We was talking a little bit off record, but like I said, you went to a Finley camp. I was probably like a counselor or something, man. You was good back then. You was good back then. One of the questions I have for you, because Philly's a tough city, especially when it comes to guards. We're mostly guards. What work ethic did you have in high school to become a McDonald's All-American? What did it look like? Was it a 6 o'clock in the morning, workout before school, workout after school? Tell us more about your work ethic.
Really, man, I lived in the gym. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So we would practice after school. And then I would go to like temple after
Right.
like at night, work out with my trainer, with my AU coach at the time.
Hmm.
I would work out in the mornings. It was really like an everyday thing for me. Like I really lived in the gym. You know what I mean? So I kind of because I didn't come into high school like with the like notoriety like everybody else. I mean I kind of did, but kind of did like nationally, and I
Right.
wanted that like national acclaim. So I kind of just wanted to work for it, man. I kind of like just every day was just at it.
Do you see that now? You coach high school right now. Do you see that type of work ethic and a lot of your players, or not your players, but in high school players in general?
Yeah, definitely. I see it for sure. Especially these top guys, man. These kids now got trainers and they got they working on their bodies and their athleticism. You know what I mean? So they're taking it to a whole nother level. It's definitely they don't play as much on the parks as us, but they
Yeah.
definitely work the game a lot.
So, and you played at the University of Villanova, one of my favorite schools. Jay Wright, one of my favorite coaches. Uh, Now, you mentioned about the trainers, right? Now, what I see out there, I see a lot of cone work, which is perfectly fine depending on what you're working on. And I see a lot of innovative training, which is, a bunch of bands and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Did you have, how innovative was your training in college? Was it a lot of cone work? Was it, what did you do a lot of when you was working out in college?
Nah, it really wasn't cone work. Actually, like with Coach Wright, the biggest thing with us was like footwork.
Right.
What I mean? Footwork. Making shots.
Uh-huh.
Just fundamental stuff. Really, honestly, it wasn't too much mic-ins. It was one dribble pull-ups. You know what I mean? Like all the like the kind of like the cone stuff. I was kind of before that. We wasn't really like what I mean
Yeah,
doing the cones and the innovative stuff. But I don't knock it. You know what I mean? It's a new day. It's a new time. So it is what it is. But ours was like a lot of footwork. I really kind of worked on my footwork. I think that's where my handle kind of like. I think that's where handle come from. Period. You know what I mean? I think like when your footwork is up to par and right, I think what I mean
absolutely.
your handle follows.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. Because that's a big thing. I always tell my players, once you have a handle, your game kind of goes to the next level.
For sure.
And that's something that's all throughout the city of Philadelphia, especially when we were growing up. Everyone had a handle. Everyone needed to know how to dribble. What makes to your in your personal opinion, because you played on a bigger stage than most players will ever play. Um, and with your background, what you think makes Philly guards really good? Like we're already known for being tough guards and hard nosed on defense, going at the basket. What you think give us that drive?
I think it's just the edge. And then,
Hmm.
so many of us, you trying to be better than the other one. Like, look, you just had Scoop on. You
Hmm.
like, you know what I mean? Guys like that. You got coming up Kyle Lowry's and just it's a plethora of just guards, you know what I mean? That you kind of like, you got to stay on your toes and you got to be tough because if not, you won't even survive or last, you know what I mean? So I
That's a
think just
fact.
that edge that we got and just knowing, you know what I mean, that every day, no matter what your name is, somebody coming at you, you know what I mean? So I think just and really just the chip on our shoulders. You know what I mean? Like we kind of feel like we sometimes we undersized and stuff like that. But You know what I mean? They don't really phase us. You know what I mean? We can feel
Mm,
like we can play at any level, no matter what size we are, because we just dogs. You know what I mean? I feel
hmm.
like all of us are. So, like I said, every game you play in Philly, you're gonna play against a dog. Really, no
Yeah,
matter like.
absolutely. Big
So it gets you
fact.
kind of like ready for the national level in college and beyond.
And earlier on, you mentioned that you would go to the temple with your coach to work out. And now that you're a coach, tell us a little bit about how important it is for it to having a good coach, no matter how good of a player you are.
I think it's important. I think the accountability part of it is a big part of it, especially like with these top guys. You got to hold them accountable. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
especially in the day and age now with social media and I mean, these guys got blue checks in high school. They got NIL deals. They
Uh-huh.
got agents. You know what I mean? So you got to be able to coach them. But I've been
Right.
lucky to have like great kids. Even these guys are 5 stars and stuff like that. They listen. Their parents are great.
Uh-huh.
So I just really been blessed with just with a situation where though I haven't have to dealt with bad kids or anything like that. But yeah, man, just really holding them accountable. These kids are great. They want to be great. So they're gonna work. They're gonna do all that. You don't got to force them to do that. But
Mm.
just holding them accountable, keeping them straight on the goal. You know what I mean? Sometimes 17-year-olds could be 17-year-olds.
Yeah, fact. How so what's the biggest thing when you coach your five-star players? Because like you said, you got the NIL deals, you got the social media that's involved, that plays a big part in their ego. Do you have like a strategy when it comes to coaching players in their ego? I know when I was in college, one of my coaches, he had this thing where everyone had to wear the same thing as far as like when we get dressed to games, everybody had to wear the same socks, so no, and same sneakers. Like you couldn't deviate from our team sneakers. Do you have anything
Mm.
like that?
So not that, you know what I mean? Kind of like now, I kind of like let them, have their own kind of identity with things like that. But
Hmm.
I think a big thing I took from Coach Wright was, in our program and when I played at Villanova and then I went back there to coach. A thing he said was, everybody's status is the same, but roles is different. And
Mm.
that's a big thing I carry when I coach now. You know what I mean? And I preach that every day, day in, day out. You know what I mean? As far as like our culture, that's really our culture. You know what I mean? Everybody roles are different, but status is the same. So you know what I mean?
Mm.
As coaches, players, our roles are different because that's just part of a team, and we trying to accomplish a goal. But nobody's status is the same. You know what I mean? Our manager got the same status as our 5-star recruit.
No, I like that. I like that. And Jay Wright was one of my favorite coaches. Give me a story about something you learned from Jay Wright that you didn't that when you came that you will always remember.
Um, Man, just being like a legit man, honestly. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, basketball was basketball. I kind of was, I feel like I was like blessed in basketball. Like I had talent since I was a kid, but I
Facts.
think, just going through the things I went through at Villanova, just playing for Jay Wright, learning a lot about just being a man off the court, just being in life and stuff like that. That's the thing now that I take with me, more than basketball. And I think it's kind of helping me today.
Right. And you went from Villanova to the NBA, which is probably an amazing feeling. Then you played for the Sixers for a little bit. Tell me a little bit about that feeling when you knew you got that call, you got that contract.
That was crazy, man. That was like a dream come true for any kid. Like we from Philly, we grew up
Mm-hmm.
being Sixers fans, watching the Sixers. We watched AI
Yeah.
growing up, so I got to like play for the Sixers. I got a Reebok deal. I was wearing AIs playing for the Sixers.
That's
It was
dope.
like it was just like what I mean. It was super dope. My family got to watch me. My friends got to watch me. So it was like a dream come true, man. That was like one of the pinnacles of my life for real. Just getting I get to put that Sixers jersey on.
Yeah. And you went back and forth with the NBA with a few 10-day contracts. Um, I know, I mean, I don't know, but I can imagine that can be tough. You know what I mean? Going back and forth, don't know if you're going to be on this team or that team. And a lot of players go through ups and downs through their career. So tell me about, the lows and the high points. How'd you handle it? Did you go through like a meditation, like did you meditate? Did you go through, did you work out harder? Like give us something to get through it.
So actually, that's a good question because it was like a double whammy for me because I really was fighting like injuries. You know, what I mean, I had 5 knee surgeries
Mm,
my career, so I kind of was like always hurt. So I would like get rolling with a team, and then I would get hurt. So I would get waived, and I would have to like kind of fight the getting rehab and rehabbing and getting surgery, rehab, and then trying to get back on the team and trying to do that. So yeah, it was a lot of mental stuff into it. Like I mean, like crazy. I done had some like I mean really really dark days. Like you know what I mean, like just dealing with just injuries,
Mm,
just back to back to back to back, and just knowing my ability and knowing like you know what I mean I done did everything I could do and put the work in and kept my body right, stuff like that. It's just really like you know what I mean? It was just God's call. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I dealt with a lot of tough times, man. I went through times where I had to go to therapy. You know what I mean? And it kind of helped me just in life, like helped me early on, just dealing with that type of adversity. Like later on, my mom passed last year,
mm.
and
Sorry to
I
hear
honestly think yeah, appreciate it. But I honestly think it sounds crazy, but I honestly think like all the injuries and all the like the tribulations and trials I went through, you know what I'm saying, during my playing career and just dealing with that and just dealing with that emotionally, I think that kind of like helped me, you know what I mean, deal with this. So you know, good came out of it, you know, as well. I kind of start saying like, why not me instead of why me, you know what I mean, when I got hurt every
that.
time like that. So I had to take that approach and I kind of just was at peace with it. But yeah, it's definitely really, really dark times.
Um, when now, I think this is the part where players take for granted for with coaches, right? You know, we at this level, high school level, even college level, you got coaches who care. When you getting hurt at the next level, like being overseas or being in the NBA, how cutthroat is it? Like, is it as a business as we see it, or do you have people behind the scenes who kind of really care? Like, tell us some more about that.
No, man. So it's crazy, like, cause in the NBA, when I got hurt, so I got hurt with the Clippers. I got surgery. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I got when I got my surgery, I probably supposed to be out for a while, but my
Mhm.
contract became guaranteed at a certain date. So, you know, when you're dealing with the team doctors and stuff like that, you know, I'm a rookie on a rookie minimum, like undrafted, like you know what I'm saying? I gotta just listen to the team.
Right.
So they tell me I'm ready to play. You know what I'm saying? Then they put me out there for like 2 games, just for like a minute a piece in 2 games, just to say I played and to say I'm healthy, and then waive me on my you know what I mean deadline. And that's really like just business. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm,
just how I go. But that's how cutthroat it is. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? When I'm in overseas, I got to get surgery. I got to come back home to go to my doctor that I had surgery with before, pay for my own surgery out of pocket. They supposed to reimburse you, never reimburse you. You know what I'm saying for your surgeries.
Wow.
Like this is a knee surgery. You know what I mean? So you paying for that out of pocket. So just imagine that. So yeah, it's really cutthroat in that business, and there's a lot of stuff that guys don't see, and a lot of stuff that people don't see, and you deal with that. You know what I mean? That's real. And like I said, so the mental aspect of it come to play a lot. You know what I mean? When you're going through
Right.
what I was going through. You know what I mean? But I think, like I said, you know, I dealt with it a little early in high school, so it kind of prepared me to, you know what I mean, be mentally stable with it and just deal with it and you know, just keep a smile on my face.
And when you was overseas, one of the common things that people who've been on here so far is talking about when they played overseas is the money part.
Yeah.
But you was a high level player though, bro. Like I haven't had anyone come who's in the NBA and then went overseas. Was that part different for you because you were an NBA player at one point?
I mean, I had some good spots and I had some, you know what I mean, bad spots. I was lucky, you know what I mean? Because I guess I had like a nice resume. So I was able to play in like some nice places with on some good teams for some
Hmm.
good organizations that was good with money. But I also dealt with, you know what I mean, late payments and stuff like that. But I always, for the most part, got most of my money. But I definitely dealt with, you know what I mean, really, really late payments and stuff like that.
What's the best league? What's the best league over there? If you was to tell a young player who's going over to who's considering going overseas.
For me, basketball wise,
Hmm.
Spain is not. I don't think it's close. I think that
Hmm.
league is like super high level. Like even all the foreign players are good. You're gonna play against top guys. They're just the way they play basketball. I play the right way. I mean, obviously Euro League is you know what I mean Euro League, but I'm just speaking as far as domestic leagues. I think Spain is the best.
That's Spain. All right, man. So look, we got this game called Who You Got, and for you personally, we're gonna do a point guard edition. and we're going to talk about NBA players, but NBA players only in the prime. All right.
Yep.
So first one, prime Russell Westbrook or prime D Rose, and why?
I gotta say, Prime Russ,
Yeah,
and that's just because I mean he did some historic stuff, like you know what I mean, like average first to average a triple double like that, like MVP. I know D Rose got MVP too, but Russ been doing it like you know what I mean
consistently.
consistently. So
Yeah,
I would have to go with Russ, and I love D Rose. Like I love D Rose.
yeah. D Rose tough, man. Yeah, shit, we don't even know who D Rose could have been, who he could have been without the injuries. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, he
up until
still like
then,
had a great career. Like
oh
his
yeah.
career still like you know what I mean, hell of a career, hell of a player. Like but I just think Russ just did it like you know what I mean for a long time.
What about Chris Paul or Steve Nash?
Chris Paul, I would go Chris Paul.
Chris Paul?
Yeah,
Yeah.
me personally, and I know Steve Nash got the MVPs,
Uh-huh.
but I just think I mean 15 and 11, like I don't know if that's really like a solidified MVP.
Right.
You know
True.
what I mean? So
Chris Paul's still in the league. He still
yeah,
could be a
Chris Paul's
factor
still
on
in
the
the league,
team.
still effective. So yeah, and I'm a little biased too. That's my guy, but
Yeah.
I got Chris Paul though.
Jalen Brunson or Tyler Halliburton. Jalen having a great year, bro.
Yeah, that was gonna be my pick. But I think
And
people are gonna say I'm crazy. But I think
Halliburton
people are
having a
gonna
good
say I'm
too.
crazy because I would go with Jalen Brunson. But I think people are gonna like a lot of people might say I'm like crazy. But I think Jalen Brunson is crazy. Like
Yo, he
just the way
tough.
he make plays, the way he scored, the way he, you know what I'm saying, how efficient he is. He could post you. And he
Hmm.
doing like you know what I mean. He leading the team. He's the best player on the team. Man, at 6 foot in the NBA to be doing what he doing is like unbelievable.
Hmm. No, I agree with you. I'm gonna go with that one too. I usually have some pushback for you guys, but you answering everything I would say.
You're right.
So Jamal Murray or D Fox for the Sacramento Kings.
I get the winning and all that, but I like D Fox.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jamal Murray win and he got the chip and he got Jokic with him, but as a player, I'm gonna go D Fox.
Yeah, at
I
least
think D
that
Fox is
definitely for
like
the upside. For the upside of
yeah,
things, long term, I'm gonna go D5. Well, another question I wanted to ask you because you played in the NBA.
yeah.
Where was did you ever have like, oh shit, this is real? Like like you was guarding someone and you was like, yo,
Hell yeah.
I'm at a different level. Who was that?
I had a couple. I had two. I had one was
Uh-huh.
against Deron Williams, and when he was
Uh-huh.
in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
I got in. I was on Philly at the time. I got in, and like it was like an inbound play, and like when I got in the game in the inbound play, he just like basically like called the inbound play off, like walked me to the block and just like called for the ball. Got the ball, bumped me in my chest hard, and just faded and just jade me. Like you know what I'm saying? That's the first time somebody did me like that. And
Uh,
then another time we played in Chicago, Nate Robinson came in the game and just came in the game like a firecracker, like this, like went right at me, like two straight possessions, like three. Like I'm
and
like, damn, like
and Nate
people in the NBA is
Robinson
really
was
good.
Nate Robinson was that dude's when he's in Chicago. He
Yeah,
had a
that's what I
good
said.
year
That
for
was that
Chicago.
Nate. Yeah, that was that Nate. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I court that Nate a little bit. Yeah, but them two moments right there, and that's when D Wood was crazy.
Mm. And last question for you, bro, because we're talking about guards from Philly. Um, who's the best guard to come out of Philly besides yourself?
Kyle Lowry, without question.
Yeah.
Got an
Uh,
NBA champion, Hall of Fame.
hmm.
He's Hall of Famer one day.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I definitely see him Hall of Fame. He definitely got Hall of Fame numbers. Championship, what, 6 time All-Star, average over
Yeah,
20 points in the league at some point.
yeah,
Definitely held it down for the city.
for sure.
Last thing, if what do you have to tell high school athletes, youth athletes? Give us something positive, bro. Let's keep them inspired and let's keep them focused.
Um, a big word I try to use is persevere. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna all be every day ain't gonna be, you know, peaches and cream every day. You ain't gonna play a great game every day. Some guys is in freshman year, they might get cut.
Uh-huh.
You know, things like that. Or sophomores, you might get cut, even juniors, you know what I mean? You might be dealing with not getting recruited how you think or you know, things like that. But I think, you know, you persevere through all that. Just work hard, just stay head down, you know what I mean? Work hard and things happen. Good things happen. You know what I mean? When you do that, I learned that a lot of my career when I was young in college, I kind of like worried about trying to like always worried about the next step. You know what I
Mm,
mean? The next step. And even now, I try to like do that now. I don't worry about the next step. I kind of like now I'm just focused on being here now. You know what I mean? And I think a
absolutely.
lot of us get to worry about the future and what we're gonna do next. And I think you be here now. If you could do that, good things happen.
Stay in the present, young people. And you talking about now, how you guys doing this year, man? How your Camden Cougars doing?
We 13-2 right now. We playing well. Got a game tonight. 13 and
Okay.
two. We play Camden Catholic tonight. That'll be a good one. But we playing well. We lost. I lost 8, 9 guys last year. Put a whole
Mm,
new team together. So these guys are doing really well.
that's a good job, bro. Well, I'm gonna definitely keep an eye out. Again, bro, I appreciate you coming on. I know during this time of year it's busy for you high school coaches. But appreciate it. Thank you. Let's keep in touch. Let me know where you want me to send the gear at, and we'll go from there, man.
Yep, man. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you having me. Keep doing your thing. I love the
Absolutely.
platform. I mean, keep showing love. Keep what I mean. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. You're bringing a lot of legends up here, like a lot of legends up here that got real good stories to tell.
Absolutely. All right, man.
Yep.
There you have it. Another show on Score Society TV. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Until next time.